The Kentucky Derby is this Saturday at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm Minty Bets, and here to give us his favorite picks for the race is former NFL quarterback and Super Bowl winner, host of VSiN Primetime weeknights on VSiN, Shaun King. Shaun, the top four favorites to win the Derby are Forte, Trap It Trice, Practical Move, and Angel of Empire. What are a couple of bets you'll be making this Saturday?
Well, here's what's interesting. I think this is a magnificent running of the Kentucky Derby. Sometimes you come in and there's an odds-on favorite and, you're scratching and clawing, trying to find how to beat the favorite because that's the way, the payout is going to be tremendous. I'll say this, with Forte being 3-1 on the opening line, I think Practical Move is going to take more money. Tappet Trice is coming in. I know Tappet, his dad, has never sired a Derby winner, even though he's a magnificent stallion. I think this is one of those Derbies, Minty. If you can just figure out how it's going to run, it's going to pay big regardless. Like, even if it runs Forte to one of the 3 second, third, or fourth choices, the exacta still is probably going to pay $40. So then it's just about hammering it. I'm going to say this. I'm going to try and beat the favorite Forte. I do think he's a really good horse. It's interesting in my history as it pertains to Todd Pletcher, his trainer, who has 3 horses in the way, also King's Barn and Tappet Trice. If Todd is winning races early on the card, then throw out everything I'm saying and just win bet all 3 of Todd's horses because he's going to win the race. Like, he's one of those trainers, if he's winning races early, he's going to win the races late. If he's struggling to win races early, it's not like there's generally a turnaround. So, but going into this, I'm going to try and beat him. And I'm going to go with a Brad Cox runner, Angel of Empire, coming off of winning the Arkansas Derby. I like the post position. He's a horse that can kind of sit just off the leaders, kind of sit, in that groovy spot, which generally is where the Derby winner comes from, maybe 4 or 5 lengths off the leader, getting first run on that horse turning for home. So I'm going to start the majority of my bets with Angel Empire on top and Angel Empire on second and try and sprinkle in some different horses to hopefully get a big payday come Saturday.
All right, Shaun, I got to ask, what's a nice long shot pick that you realistically like to win the race?
Well, look at it like this. I like to get colorful on Derby Day. And, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been is in another country, in a magnificent city, Tokyo, Japan. Guess what has never happened, Minty, in the Kentucky Derby? Well, 2 things. No horse that's won the UA Derby has ever won the Derby. More importantly, no horse based out of Japan, no Japanese runner has ever won the Derby. So that's why I'm considering Derma Sotogake, hopefully I'm saying his name right, as my long shot pick. Horse that has gone to the lead before, doesn't necessarily have to have the lead. He has a good spot where if he breaks clean, he'll be in that first, herd of horses going into the first term. Japanese horses kind of dictated Rich Strike's win last year by getting in a 7 furlong speed duel up front, which set it up for a closer. I think they learned a lot. So my long shot play is going to be Derma Sotogake.
I absolutely love it. You guys can follow Shaun King on Twitter at @RealShaunKing. Thank you for your time, Shaun.
Thank you.
Bet $10 and win $100 when you wager on any event. Sign up at betmgm.com/Yahoo special. New customers only, must be 21 or older.